bookshop friendly as ever. The newest Intimate on Cashwell Drive in Goldsboro is loaded with great books for every reading taste. All the best sellers, of course, and books on all subjects, hardcover and paperbound, including a sparkling collection of books for youngsters and a special batch of books at bargain prices. So join us, the Intimate Bookshop, now home on Cashwell Drive in Goldsboro.
Well, we may see some patchy high clouds in our skies this afternoon and tonight, but the overall pattern will be bright and dry for the next few days as high pressure dominates the area. Our forecast for this afternoon, more sunshine than clouds. It'll be breezy and turning cooler. We'll look for highs in the mid to upper 60s with temperatures falling by late afternoon. Tonight, fair and cold, lows around 30 in northern sections, upper 30s to near 40 in the south. And then for Wednesday, mostly sunny and cold, quite breezy still. Highs tomorrow in the low to mid 50s. I'm Mike Moss at the Weather Center.
Well, the job just stays interesting as it can possibly be here. Once again, I, your host, simply awaken and wait to learn what happened while I was asleep. It never ceases to amaze. I'm so happy to have you with us. Rush Limbaugh, the Excellence in Broadcasting Network, back at it to do it again. Find the truth and tell you about it.
This is a special edition of the Rush Limbaugh program, America, the way it ought to be. And now, from our studios in New York City, here is Rush Limbaugh.
And our telephone number, if you wish to be on the program, Operation Restore Democracy, big success, 1-800-282-2882. Bo Snerdley is even now eagerly answering the phones. Well, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but the word is that Senator Jesse Helms told the Raleigh News and Observer yesterday in an interview that Mr. Clinton, it's a quote, Mr. Clinton better watch out if he comes down here, that he'd better have a bodyguard if he visits North Carolina. Senator Helms says this is because Clinton is so unpopular on military bases in North Carolina. Oh, me. Better have a bodyguard if he comes to North Carolina. Well, my friends, this, if true, this is the wrong direction to go now. Mr. Clinton should, other than to be notaried for his humor, is better left ignored here in all of this as the Republicans attempt to put together their governing strategy for the next 2 years. I would just say this, you know, the Republicans and their contract with America was very specific. It was totally devoted to the discussion of issues and ideas. The Republicans could have talked during the campaign about Whitewater and Cattlegate and all these other scandals that have pockmarked the Clinton past, but they didn't. They took the issue road, the high road. I think they were rewarded for it with a massive mandate. And now I understand Senator Helms' frustration. He's probably been desiring to say this kind of stuff for the longest time, if he indeed did say it. But this is the kind of thing that will sidetrack the agenda and is most unfortunate if it was said. I'm just stunned. In fact, I just heard about this only moments ago. I took the long trek from my office down to the studio, and I got here, and I looked at faces full of frustration. I looked at heads shaking in disbelief. One of them said, "What's the matter with you guys?" And I was told he opened his mouth again. I said, "Oh, what are you talking about?" I said, "Jesse Helms just said that Clinton needs a bodyguard if he goes to North Carolina." Oh, come on! So we conducted some research, and the story is now running that this ran the newspaper yesterday. So just heard about it. A couple of lighthearted things here, folks, before we get started, because there's some front-page New York Times stuff today on Republican welfare plan reform. That is amazing when you hear this. And I tell you, when you hear this, this is what it's all going to add up to. And I just wonder how many people are really going to have the stomach for this once they see it in front of them, the plan to reform welfare, as I will announce it to you if you haven't yet heard about it. Now, a lot of people, I'm just predicting, even people who voted for welfare reform may have some squeamishness about this as they read it. This is going to test your mettle. If you're really for welfare reform, this is in part what it's going to involve, according to the Republican plan. That's coming up very shortly. But first, how many of you have heard of the 65-year-old lobster Spike? Lobianco's hand went up immediately. Spike resides comfortably in a tank in a restaurant where? Out in California. What's the name of the restaurant out there? Do we know, or where this restaurant is? I can't recall. It's out there on the left coast. Anyway, this lobster, 65 years old, Mary Tyler Moore, has offered the restaurant $1,000 for Spike. And what she intends to do with Spike is take Spike back to his native habitat, which is coastal waters off the shores of Maine. And Gladstone's for Fish in Santa Monica. That's the place where Spike currently resides, probably unknowing of anything. Lobsters, as you know, are pure idiots. Lobsters do not have a central nervous system as we think. So, I mean, Mary Tyler Moore saying, I have to think that Spike is sitting in that tank thinking what it would be like to be back in his natural habitat. I'll guarantee you Spike doesn't know his natural habitat from a hole in the ground. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is to announce that we have gotten hold of the restaurant out in Santa Monica. We did this yesterday. The TV staff made the phone call, and we have offered $2,000 to Spike. We have entered the bidding war for 65-year-old lobster Spike, and I've got a perfect home in my cigar thermidor. It would be an ideal place for Spike to live out his final days. And, Spike's 65 years old, and with the Republicans gaining control now, Spike can't be certain that continual welfare benefits will be coming his way. There's a sea change coming, no pun intended. I'm serious. We called them. They wouldn't. I don't think they. Well, I know they haven't accepted Mary Tyler Moore's offer, and they haven't accepted ours. In fact, I don't know if they even took the call, but we did call. I mean, I don't know if I haven't yet been informed of the final status, but just let it be known that we at the Rush Limbaugh television show have offered and we'll make him a star. We'll bring him in and we'll put him on television. We'll bring Spike in. We got a lot of great places. His holding tank will be, as I say, my cigar thermidor, and from that point, who knows what happens. But I guarantee you that Spike will have a life for which he was totally intended if we end up in possession of the 65-year-old lobster. So, just to let you know about that. Also tonight on television, we used to do this stuff on radio, but it was tough because you couldn't see it. On television tonight, we have a little piece, or we tape it tonight. Most of you will see it later tonight, early tomorrow morning. We're going to tape a piece. You going to be over there, Lobianco? You're not? We're going to tape a piece, a little segment, in honor of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. That last week they held protests around the country calling Thanksgiving a day of murder of turkeys. And they urged as many Americans as possible to forego turkey for Thanksgiving on the basis that it was murder. Well, anytime this madcap extremist group utters such nonsense, what we do is just the opposite of what they suggest. And so our good friends at Patsy's are going to show up tonight with a huge turkey prepared in their own ovens, and we will then provide all members of the studio audience with turkey sandwiches tonight in honor of the PETA protest. So the Rush Limbaugh TV show is slowly but surely becoming a de facto restaurant. If we get Spike, the 65-year-old lobster, straight to my cigar thermidor, and and then it's the turkey night tonight. We'll have a lot of fun, and those of you, if you're listening, who will be in the studio audience tonight, we guarantee you only the finest quality turkey will be on our menu tonight, Rush Limbaugh, the television show. There are also a lot of other issues in the news today. Troop movements, Golan Heights perhaps, in a monitoring role. Airstrikes in Bosnia, the continued use of the U.S. military in clearly dubious and questionable ways. Unique sentencing in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Judge sentencing people to church. ACLU, all bent out of shape. We have a woman, I'll tell you, this story gets right to my heart, too. We have a woman in Cliffside Park, New Jersey. Did you hear about this, Mr. Snerdley? Listen to this. Celia Montalvo, Cliffside Park, New Jersey, faces 18 months in jail if convicted on charges that she made a bogus call to 911. Do you know why she called 911? Her husband wouldn't go shopping with her. It was probably a Sunday afternoon. He's watching the National Football League. He probably told her from the day they met, I love football, just give me Sunday afternoon and you can have me the other 6.5 days of the year, of the week. But just let... And so she said, all right, I'm going to put the test to him. I'm going to put myself in front of him during his most favorite thing, and I'm going to make him choose between his most favorite thing and me, and then I'll know whether he really loves me or not. So she goes to him and says, I want to go shopping. And he just says, no, I'm watching television. I don't want to go shopping. So she called 911. She called 911. 911 answered, and she shouted, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot me, and hung up. 911 showed up, and she said, no, this was just a joke. Joke? My rear end. There was no joke about this, folks. She was hell-bent on getting this guy off the couch and going shopping with her. I've heard of women going to great lengths, but not this. 18 months in jail. What is her husband's attitude? Is he happy? You think her husband's going, God, what a godsend. Who would have ever thought this good fortune could have crossed my path? Also, yesterday, actually, we talked about it here on radio Friday. We showed clips on television yesterday. Al Fromm of the Democratic Leadership Council, who said that New Deal liberalism is now Humpty Dumpty. It can never be put back together again. He further stated, he was angry when he said this. This was an analysis of the election loss that occurred last Thursday. He and Stan Greenberg, the president's pollster. And among other things, you know what the DLC is. Again, the DLC is this organization of supposed moderate Democrats that were trying to wrest control of the Democratic Party away from the liberal wing that controlled it. And Clinton used to head this organization and ran under its banner. Said he was a new Democrat and all this. And then he gets to the White House and, of course, didn't at all resemble a member of the Democratic Leadership Council. Well, they took him to task. And they said he's got not too much time to shape up or ship out. And if he doesn't shape up, he will pay the consequences. And, of course, the consequences are that he won't be on the ticket. Even today in New York City, Jack Newfield, most of you outside New York don't know Jack Newfield from Anastas Mikoyan. But Jack Newfield is got a highly regarded reputation in New York as the city's godfather of liberalism in journalism. I mean, he supposedly defines it. He supposedly has the biggest heart, the most compassion. You want to know about liberalism in New York history, you go to Jack Newfield. He's a columnist for the Post. The cover of the Post, the full-page cover today is, well, I forget what it says. I didn't bring it in, but it says, time for Bill to step down, time for Bill to go. Time to dump Bill. That's what it was. Time to dump Bill. Here's Jack Newfield saying, he's got to go. He's totally destroyed liberalism. Got to get rid of it. That I predicted to you that this kind of thing would happen. Well, my point about Al Fromm is this. Al Fromm and Greenberg last Thursday just took Clinton to task. They spanked him. They threatened him. They gave him a look at the future, and his future is not very rosy, according to his biggest friend. And so my question is, where was Al Fromm before the election? You know, what kind of credibility do these people have? These people have known for the longest time that Clinton was destroying this attempt to moderate the Democratic Party and turn it conservative, or at least less liberal. Where were they? I mean, where were they before this debacle? They had to know this was going to happen. I just think they're, a day late and a dollar short, and as such, their credibility is a little bit suspect as well. We have to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get started with your phone calls and address all of these interesting subjects that have popped up since last we talked. I'll get right back to you after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
You know, more and more of you people keep telling me that buying a hot spring portable spa is one of the best investments you've made in yourselves. If you work as hard as I do, you'll love relaxing and rejuvenating in the warm, swirling waters of a hot spring portable spa, just like Carol Thurston of Slidell, Louisiana, and John Pychuk of Morris Plains, New Jersey.
The best investment we ever made in ourselves. It's an investment for our health and our well-being.
Buying a hot spring portable spa is the best investment we've ever made, bar none.
I'm telling you, folks, the good words on Hot Spring keep rolling in. This spa stays hot and ready to use 24 hours a day, and Hot Spring costs only pennies a day to operate. You got to get one. Spread the word.
I have recommended it to all my friends. We love it, we love it, we love it. It's a nightly routine.
There you have it, folks. I don't know if I could say it better myself. Call 1-800-299-RUSH or check the yellow pages for the dealer nearest you. That's 800-299-RUSH. Hot Spring Portable Spas, where America goes to relax.
The cold, hard winters of Wisconsin never stop Kate Holcomb from helping the families that desperately need her.
Don't panic, I'm on my way.
And because her husband knows that a reliable car is vital to her work, he replaces her antifreeze every year with the patented protection of Prestone, America's best-selling antifreeze. You see, without Kate, some people's lives would be a real mess.
Cleaning, lady.
She even does windows. Demand premium protection, Prestone antifreeze.
Smiling faces, friendly places, and everything on your shopping list await you in downtown Goldsboro. There's an extension of Wayne Bible and Bookstore across the street on Mulberry. Wayne Bible and Bookstore's new gift gallery. Pictures, plaques, limited edition porcelain collectibles, and Fontanini nativity sets. Wayne Bible and Bookstore's gift gallery, 115 East Mulberry Street. Shop the Colony Gift Shop for monogrammed towels, pewter, collectible Christmas ornaments, mini music boxes, and gift items. Christmas placemats, tablecloths, napkins, guest towels, crochet kits, as well as yarn and needlework supplies at Colony Gift Shop, 116 South Center Street. The downtown Goldsboro merchants will be drawing for several $100s on Saturday, and if you register now at University Lights, you could be the lucky winner. At University Lights, take a look at all the light fixtures, lamps, and mirrors in stock. They're great Christmas gifts. At University Lights, there are special reductions on Fast-Go ceiling fans. University Lights, 225 West Walnut, downtown. Smiling faces and friendly places make your holiday shopping enjoyable in downtown Goldsboro.
Casey Jones, the general manager of Lee's of Goldsboro, says if you ever wanted to save on a car, now is the time. Many new car prices below factory invoice. Program vehicles below NADA retail. Casey Jones is offering 3.9% financing on selected models in lieu of rebates with approved credit. So get complete details in Friday or Sunday's Goldsboro News Argus, along with a $500 coupon which could possibly cover your down payment. Hurry to Lee's Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle Leaf Dodge Isuzu, Highway 70 west of Goldsboro.
Introducing something new for lunch at Western Steer. Soup bar with 2 soups to choose from, and a salad or a baked sweet potato or regular baked potato plus a salad with a beverage and a fabulous bakery including rolls, cakes, cookies, and pizza, all for $3.99. That's available 11 till 4 weekdays at Western Steer. If you have a bigger appetite, help yourself to the regular lunch buffet with 5 to 6 meats, lots of veggies, and other great items for only $4.99. Meet your friends for lunch at Western Steer, Berkeley Boulevard and Highway 75. To more bumps by Marta today on the Excellence in Broadcasting Network. My wife working diligently Sunday while I was enjoying myself up at ESPN watching about 12 football games.
or 10, whatever it was. Hi, welcome back. 800-282-2882. Go to Fort Washington, Maryland. We'll start with Hal. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Rush, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
And I want to give you some, mostly every now and then dittos, but yeah, from time to time we disagree, mostly agree.
Yeah.
But I am really, I'm a longtime member of the Armed Forces, okay? And I am really embarrassed by Jesse Helms' latest thing here.
Now, which? There are two. Which one do you
Well,
refer to?
when he talked about the president shouldn't visit North Carolina without a bodyguard.
Enemy territory.
Well, yeah. Obviously he has bodyguards with the Secret Service, but that's beside the point. The implication here is that there are people in the armed forces who would do the president, the commander-in-chief, like it or not, the commander-in-chief harm, and that's outrageous.
I know. I agree with you. I agree with you totally.
Yeah, this
it's
guy's
embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Now, Senator Helms said this morning on CNN, I take it back. That's another comment. He said that he did not regret making comments to CNN Saturday about Clinton being unqualified. Said he should have said it better, but he stands by what he means. This is not the bodyguard comment. This is the comment that came from Saturday.
Yeah, well, the unqualified part, everybody's got their own opinion, and I don't have a big problem with that, except that as the president, he is the commander-in-chief, and as a military man, I will follow the orders of those appointed over me, and he's the guy at the top. And this nonsense, Helms is a loose cannon, man. He
Well, it's not useful. I'm going to use a Tom Foley word. He was famous for using the word use. This really is not useful. The Republicans ought to be ignoring Clinton right now. Leave that to me. Leave this kind of stuff to me. The Republicans have got to govern. They have got to continue what they did during the campaign and take the high road and focus on ideas and the issues and implementing them. And instead of this, look, you know as well as I do that Bill Clinton engenders quite a polemic response. And he polarizes. This is the most polarizing president. It's like a talk show host. Clinton is like a talk show host. He engenders 50% dislike and 50% like, if it's even that high right now. And it's rarely that presidents engender this kind of polarization. But he does, and I'm sure that there are some good old boys and some World War II generation types who, believe me, have looked at what this administration has tried to do the last 2 years, and they have been beside themselves. And so now, feeling the oaths of victory, they're letting it all hang out. And I think that's where Senator Helms falls.
Well,
I still don't think this is useful. I think to suggest that the president, let's be honest with you, the president may be assassinated in North Carolina by a member of the military. If he shows up here, he'd better watch out, is totally uncalled for.
Well, absolutely. And as I say, I think maybe Jesse Helms is a dinosaur along with a lot of other things.
Well, but he's not. This is the thing. Jesse Helms has some ideas on things that are worthy, and they're thought out and they're reasonable. And even on CNN Saturday, he talked about, you'd be surprised how much I have in common with Warren Christopher. He thought Warren Christopher's a fine man. He's not an anti-Democrat, part and parcel, doesn't matter. His criticisms of Clinton, and his thoughts of Clinton, I'm certain, are entirely specific. And what he said Saturday about members of the military expressing reservations about Clinton's abilities as commander-in-chief, hell, everybody who's talked to the military has heard that, not just Jesse Helms. Members of the military, off the record, are telling anybody that. And then when Leon Panetta goes, well, this Helms comment is very reckless, it's just, I would suggest that the commander-in-chief has been more reckless with the military than the words of the senator. But this is beyond the pale. So.
Yeah, this is over the edge, Rush. But, even the other... There are an awful lot of military people around who are not overly fond of the president.
Of course. And I think what ought to happen here is just be quiet, wait for your committee chairmanship if you still get it, and govern. Govern. Hi, this is Rush Limbaugh. When you speak, people listen. And the words you use tell them about your education, your background, even your intelligence. Verbal Advantage, Achievement Dynamics' powerful vocabulary-building course on audio cassette tape gives you the words you need to make your best impression. Carefully chosen power words that will give your vocabulary confidence in any situation. To learn more, call now, 1-800-28-TAPES. That's 1-800-28-TAPES.
This is WGBR News, Goldsboro's very own.
This is Bill Justice for WGBR News. The Wayne County Board of Education approved a magnet school resolution last night by a vote of 5-2, with school board members George Moy and Carl Maples casting the dissenting vote. Moy objected on grounds of what he termed a lack of full disclosure to the public. Moy said proponents say magnet schools will cost $500 more per student. He questioned where the money is coming from and whether the school board would be creating a tax liability down the road. He also reminded fellow board members that the state does not spend any money for desegregation. Board member Maples rested opposition on grounds of the community support element. He said it appeared the board was going at the matter backwards in regards to community relationship. He said the board used to make sure it had community support first, and he had found the majority in the community are not comfortable with the idea. The motion that was approved allows the school system to apply for funds totaling $12 million over a 3-year period under the Magnet School Assistance Program, but it was made clear by board member Shirley Sims Stewart that even if the grant is approved, the school board still has the option of not accepting it. The adopted resolution says the goal of racial isolation shall be achieved by the desegregation of minority isolated schools so each reflects a student enrollment that is within 15% of the district average. It was pointed out that the busing of 1,200 to 1,300 students in and out of the city would be required to achieve this, prompting Moy to say it sounds like busing and changing district lines. The County Board of Education was told last night that units to house the 4-year-old kindergarten program have arrived at Brogden and North Drive, and units are expected next week at Meadow Lane and Carver schools, prompting this from Superintendent Ray Bravoy.
I can assure you of all the programs, and you've heard the debate on both sides of the issue relative to magnet schools and all the other various and sundry programs that are around now, but this program has more potential to help our county grow than any program that we'll ever have, and that's 4-year-old programs. Early intervention, prevention types of programs to get our kids ready to come to school on a level playing field.
I'm Bill Justice for WGBR News, a copyrighted feature in New Age Communications.
Well, a sprawling high-pressure center covers just about the entire U.S. now, and that system should bring bright skies, dry air, and some chilly temperatures our way through most of the week ahead. The forecast for this afternoon, more sunshine than clouds. It'll be breezy and turning cooler. We'll have highs in the mid to upper 60s, but falling by around mid-afternoon. Then tonight, fair and cold, lows near 30 in northern sections, upper 30s to around 40 in the south. And then mostly sunny and cold for Wednesday, still breezy, with highs tomorrow in the low to mid-50s. I'm Mike Moss at the Weather Center.
And we're back on the cutting edge of societal evolution. Rush Limbaugh serving humanity. Knoxville, Tennessee. This is Ellen. Glad you called. Welcome to our program.
Don't shoot, Rush. Don't shoot.
Please, don't. Don't lump me in with that. Come on. Nobody's in danger calling this program. Nobody needs a bodyguard to call this program. It's not necessary.
Friday night, McNeil Lehrer.
Yeah.
Patty Murray, the sock hop mom or the tennis shoe mom. She's a Democrat from Washington.
Yes,
it was incredible. I just could not believe this. They had a panel of Democratic senators, and they were talking about the various...
Oh, searching for New Balance, were they?
Yeah, well, talking about the various points in the contract, and they got the tax cuts. And her comment was, tax cut, she was concerned about it because she was concerned that if we get a tax cut, all us people out here, we'll just go out and buy a VCR or something. And how will that benefit our child's education or safety on the street? And we need to make sure that everybody benefits from a tax.
I hope you people in Washington are fully embarrassed.
And unelect her.
Well, there's 4 more years.
Yeah, I know.
We've got 4 more years. But hey, look, I think another living fossil is fine. She's a great gender balance to Senator Kennedy.
It's just we can't be trusted to spend our own money.
I think it's great. Look, you were probably outraged and...
I was.
Well, laugh about it. Don't you understand that if everybody watching this has got to be saying, thank God she's not the majority anymore. Well, if there's, the new campaign poster, Patty, it's not your money.
Yeah.
Patty, it's not your money. And Patty, the simple fact of the matter is that money is the property of those who earn it, and whatever they do with it is none of your damn business.
That's right.
Whatever you think of what they do with their money, as long as it's not violating the law, it's none of your business. And that's the message of 2 Tuesdays ago.
Yeah. For real.
It's none of your business. Get out of my back pocket and raise your own family in a convoluted manner if you wish, but stay out of mine.
Yeah.
You
Agreed.
people and the way you have set up the education system in this country, if you want to defend that, you go right ahead, and we'll see you 4 years on Election Day and wave goodbye to you when we see you in the rear view mirror, Patty.
Dittos, Rush.
All right.
Thanks.
You bet.
Bye.
That's an incredible comment. Well, if they get a tax cut, they'll just go out and buy a VCR. Of course. If they don't have one, they might even buy a new washer and dryer. They might even buy they might even buy an airplane ticket and fly on a jet made by Boeing. Patty, what about that? Yelm, Washington. This is Kathy. Welcome to... Oops. There you go. Hi, Kath. Welcome to EIB Network.
Hello. Dittos.
Is it Yelm?
Yelm.
Y-E-L-M?
Yes.
Where is that?
Near Olympia.
Near Olympia.
Yep, south.
Yeah, okay. They have a mountain there, don't they?
Mount Rainier.
Yeah, I knew that. See?
I can almost see it from my house.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling.
I wanted to talk about what you said about women in football. I watch football every Sunday.
Good.
And I love it, and I watch all sports, and even boxing.
My wife does, too. Even boxing. Why is that so is it unusual women would like boxing?
I thought so.
Yeah.
And I cheered louder than my husband when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, I was yelling so loud.
Well, I made my comments, by the way, totally unrelated to Marta. Marta loves football, and no, she does. No. My experiences that I draw on this show all predate Marta when it comes to these kinds of things. She loves football, too. Her favorite team's the Denver Broncos. In fact, I'll show you how devoted she is. We have managed this year to get 3 things autographed from John Elway. We got a picture autograph from John Elway, all to Marta. We got a helmet autograph to Marta from John Elway, a Broncos helmet. We got a football autograph to Marta from John Elway. So when the Broncos are on TV, she puts on the helmet. I got her an Elway Denver Broncos jersey, so she puts that on. She puts the football and picture on the table in front of her and watches the whole game. And since Denver had such a bad year, Marta is worried that all these autographs distracted Elway, and he can't get her off his mind, and that's why the Broncos are not doing well. No, she's totally into this.
Well, I don't want to say who my team is.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Fan loyalty is what it is, and they'll be there some year.
Hopefully.
You can count on it. Thanks, Kathy.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Calling in here to stand up for the females who watch sports out there, because I was painting with a broad brush. I was too generic. Springfield, New Jersey, this is Jerry. Welcome to the Rush Limbaugh program. I'm glad you called, sir.
Good afternoon, Rush. Culinary delight dinner.
Thank you.
From across the Hudson.
Yes, sir.
A suggestion for you. Rather than buy the lobster, put them in your humidor. Why not buy them? And let's
Thermidor. I have a cigar Thermidor.
Thermidor.
Yeah.
And put them up for auction. Let the conservatives and the liberals bid on them. Whoever gets them can either put them back in or draw some clarified butter and have a dinner delight. And then you take the money that you have gathered and give it to your favorite charity. What a better entrepreneurial experience than getting them and putting them up for bid. Some practical use.
It's a possibility. As I say, I haven't decided what we would do with Spike, other than promise that he would meet what life intended for him.
Well, let me put it this way. I'm listening to you in the New York area, obviously, and you've got some very aggressive restaurateur sponsors I'm sure one of them have a delightful recipe for lobster thermidor, or perhaps it could be your favorite conservative recipe from one of the senators. Make a big thing, as you did with the sale a couple of years ago.
Dan's Bake Sale?
Dan's Bake Sale.
Well, the problem is I don't know that Spike has enough draw to attract 60 or 70,000 people someplace to see it.
No, well, that's whatever the tickets are worth.
And I don't think Spike's big enough to feed that many.
Oh, whatever the tickets are worth, a very selective lobster dinner hosted by you.
Hey, I appreciate the idea. We're serious about this. We don't know if the place will release Spike, but we have doubled Mary Tyler Moore's offer. Mary Tyler Moore weighed in with 1,000. We've offered 2,000. And we think our offer is a lot more attractive. Mary Tyler Moore says, we're just going to take him back to Maine and dump him, you know, in the natural habitat. And we are far more sensitive to the needs and future of lobsters. This 65-year-old lobster this is quite a celebrity. And we are going to do whatever it takes to get this lobster and make sure that it fulfills its lifelong intentions, whatever they may be. And we also guarantee, for what it's worth to you, that Spike will be happy. Spike will be content. Spike, and whatever happens, he'll enjoy it if he knows what's happening. We'll take a break and be back after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
What if you could put a machine on your head that taught you foreign languages, improved your memory, vocabulary, even programmed you for success, and makes learning seem almost effortless? Hi, I'm Dane Spotts, the president of Zygon. We've invented an amazing new technology that lets you relax while you learn. It's called the Learning Machine. Using a special learning CD and a computer headset that looks like something out of a science fiction movie, the Learning Machine focuses your attention while the interactive lessons are delivered into your mind. It's so cool it actually feels like a movie playing inside your head. And because it's so entertaining, it motivates you to want to learn. If you call 1-800-LEARNING right now, I'll send you a free demonstration kit along with the incredible Learning Machine to try risk-free. With programs for speed reading, vocabulary, memory improvement, phonics, foreign languages, and more. See how easy and fun learning can be. Call 1-800-LEARNING for more information. That's 1-800-LEARNING.
With the school year well underway, you may have found that your child needs help. Academics Plus offers immediate assistance in reading, writing, math, including Algebra 1 and 2 and geometry. Improving study skills can make a difference in your child's future. For a free consultation without obligation, contact Drs. Ken or Marilyn Benson at Academics Plus. Basic education needs, SAT prep, and other educational assistance is available. Call 735-PLUS. That's 735-7587. Academics Plus, educating for success since 1989.
Now at Leaders Downtown Goldsboro, enjoy the carefree comfort of Hager slacks for men. Hager Gentleman's Fit with Magic Stretch is now available at Leaders. Hager Gentleman's Fit with Magic Stretch is a feel-good and look-great slack with Hager's comfort waistband for your active lifestyle. And Leaders also has wrinkle-free Hager slacks. No wardrobe should be without these easy care slacks. No dry cleaning, no ironing, no kidding. The great carefree comfort of Hager slacks available at Leaders, 126 West Walnut Street, downtown Goldsboro. Shop Monk's Furniture in LaGrange, and you'll get the everyday low prices you've come to expect from Monk. Plus, no payments and no interest till April 1995. Yeah, Monk's is offering no payments and no interest till April 1995 on all the things you need and want for your home. Bedroom suites, mattress sets, dining rooms, chairs, china, sofa, recliners, and more from Monk's huge warehouse. Free financing and no payments till April 1995. Now at Monk's Furniture, Highway 70, LaGrange.
Don't miss Jackamirian Civil War Holiday Print Sale. Buy one print at the regular price and choose another print of equal or less value for free. There's no limit. Order as many pairs as you choose while supplies last. You must have the ultimate collector's package. The complete series, all 6 limited edition prints with certificates of authenticity, also a free print of Taking a Stand signed only. This collector's package is an $1,100 value for only $525. Camirian's Fine Art and Printing, 132 East Walnut Street, downtown Goldsboro, open at 8:30 weekdays.
And that's all.
is this about the 13,000th cover of Ooh Child? It's a new one. Brand new Ooh Child. You know who did this song originally, Mr. Snerdley? Five Stair Steps and QB. Five Stair Steps and QB did Ooh Child. La da 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 da. Yeah, that was back in the 60s. What'd you say? No. Well, it couldn't have been. It could not have been 71, and I'll tell you why. Because I played that song in my first radio job in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I left in 1971 in February. That song's the 60s. It's the late 60s, maybe 70s. He's just now admitting that I'm right. His chair is collapsing in here. You hear it? Well, I make one little move based on enthusiasm and the chair collapses a bit. Yeah, that's called 911. No, don't. Don't you dare do... Lobie Uncle, don't suggest that stuff. Chicago. Harry, hello. Welcome to the Rush Limbaugh program.
Yes, ditto's your Rushness.
Thank you.
Big fan. I've spoken to you before. Actually, there's about 1 million things I have to say to you.
Go ahead. Get started.
Okay, well, I called you to talk about the Golan Heights.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, let's talk about that first. Let's go ahead and stay in order. Is there something else that you think as precedent?
Well, it's just that I don't think you take enough credit for your influence in the last election. I think that your influence was extremely persuasive in informing a lot of voters about what the issues are and who and how people really feel about matters. In other words, making people aware that the way they feel about it is pretty much the way the Republican Party or the conservative element of the Republican Party has been feeling all along. And they just mistook a lot of what their own ideas were and voted for a Democratic government for the last few years, probably since the last 40 years, and I think you had a lot to do with it.
Well, look. Oh, you have call waiting. Go ahead and go ahead and get it. We'll wait for you. Play a bump here while we're waiting on him to come back. Play another Marta bump. You'll tell whoever's on the phone this. Turn it up. Turn it up. When he gets back, I'm sure he'll let us know, and we'll get back to whatever it is he's going to say. This is the longest time a caller has been gone on call. Oh, he's back. All right, thanks for... There you got it. I just
hope I don't get another call.
No, well, if you do, we'll let you answer it. Because you're paying for it, we're not going to let it go to waste on this show. You're very kind. I appreciate that. People have been saying this to me, and I have continued. Just like yesterday when we talked about the White House and their backstage meetings to try to come up with a way to nullify the effect I have. They don't get it. They think it's their ideas that lost. It wasn't the media that beat them. It was themselves. And I think that constantly giving people credit for intelligence and individuality, and then enforcing that is probably the most beneficial thing. People smart. The ones who care will take the time to be informed the right way, make up their own minds, and act accordingly.
Right, and even though I think you should be president, but I'm backtracking on that a little bit. I think that your influence on the airwaves is probably more important.
Yeah. Well, there's this thing called a pay cut too that
you're right.
I wouldn't be willing to take yet.
All right, let me tell you what I called about.
Yeah.
This situation with the possibility of sending troops to the Golan Heights.
Yeah.
I'm a very, very strong supporter of Israel. And, I think that just about anything that should be done to maintain the strength of that country that's surrounded by enemies who are possibly making peace with them now, although I'm not sure about Syria, I would support anything like that. But the idea of sending American troops there, I don't think even Israel wants that. And I can't understand why.
Well, the Likud party does not. Now, Rabin does.
Yeah.
Yitzhak Rabin does want them. Perez does want troops in a monitoring, peacekeeping role. They would not be front lines. They would simply be monitors. But as was, I discussed this with somebody this morning, and we were saying, it's the same old thing. Let the first body bag occur, and you're going to have a number of people reacting to it in a negative way. You are absolutely right. When you look around the country or around the world at where we have dispatched troops, Haiti, this little, hey, here we are, and now we're gone in Bosnia.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. I would argue that at least in strategic terms, one could make a better case for sending American troops to Israel than anywhere else we've sent them so far. However, I would say, even having said that, that the Israelis are extremely proud that they can defend themselves. They don't need anybody defending them. And I tell you, the Quds party of Benjamin Netanyahu and General Ariel Sharon are totally dead set against this because it's strictly a monitoring role. They're in the way and don't think it is necessary at all. Israel can defend herself. These people are very proud of it. And so it's a mixed bag here.
Yeah, Israel's always been capable, and it's been very proud of its ability to take care of itself. And I think if you're going to make peace with your Arab neighbors, I think this idea of throwing in a third party and muddling things up is just not a good idea. In another vein, because the person who actually brought this up was Jesse Helms, I'm a little bit nervous about Jesse Helms. Israel has, because of its high military requirements, needs to spend a great deal of its budget on defense. And because of that, the economy is suffering. Now, Israel, just like the United States, wants to eventually get to a situation where it won't need foreign aid. But presently, because of that and because of, immigrant absorption from the former Soviet Union and Ethiopia and surrounding Arab countries, it just needs to have the type of aid that it's getting. And Jesse Helms is starting to talk about reducing foreign aid. And vis-a-vis Israel, I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Well, there's an issue out there that I think is, and I've been talking about this, admittedly in a sporadic way, but I've still been addressing this for a couple of years now. There's, I think, an issue or an effervescing poison out there that is far more threatening, not just to Israel, but to the Western world as well, than the vagaries of this peace process that are going on over there, and that is the rising tide of Islamic fundamentalism.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Militant fundamentalism. I mean, this is not. I'm talking about terrorist Islamic fundamentalism, not mainstream.